Hey, so what's going on? So obviously Kanye West has been in the news for, saying crazy stuff, right? He had the White Lives Matter shirt that caused a big backlash, picture here. He then also made some comments, some very, very racist and anti-Semitic comments on Twitter and Instagram that got him in trouble. Now, it's interesting to note that Kanye recently went on LeBron James' podcast. I think it's called The Barbershop or The Shop. And the premise of the show is that in black neighborhoods, the barbershop is where generally black men used to go and just talk about everything from sports to women to, it's one of those cultural things. If you're in the inner city, in a major city, that's where we would all congregate and talk about just life events, right? We play chess. It was like a meeting place for everyone, and you get a good haircut. So LeBron James kind of took that concept and created his show called The Shop. Now they invited Kanye on to speak about some of the controversial issues because obviously, he would be a good guest. But now they're saying that they're not going to air that episode because Kanye said some racist hate speech, and it seems to be blowing up in Kanye's face. Let's go to the story. LeBron James won't air Kanye West interview over hate speech. The production company founded by LeBron James and his business partner Maverick Carter will not air its latest installment of Uninterrupted's The Shop after they said Kanye West doubled down on his recent anti-Semitic remarks during the taping. Carter, in a statement to Andscape, said Tuesday that the episode, which James was not present for, will not air due to hate speech and extremely dangerous stereotypes, the rapper said during his appearance. I wonder if they're actually going to release it. So this is a statement. Yesterday, we taped an episode of The Shop with Kanye West. Kanye was booked weeks ago. After talking to Kanye directly the day before we taped, I believed he was capable of a respectful discussion and he was ready to address all his recent comments, Carter said in the statement. Unfortunately, he used The Shop to reiterate more hate speech and extremely dangerous stereotypes. We have made the decision not to air the episode or any of Kanye's remarks. While The Shop embraces thoughtful discourse and differing opinions, we have zero tolerance for hate speech of any kind and will never allow our channels to be used to promote hate. I take full responsibility for believing Kanye wanted a different conversation and apologize to our guests and crew. Hate speech should never have an audience. So West allegedly doubled down on his recent anti-Semitic remarks during the episode. Now, LeBron James has not addressed the controversy, and in a since removed tweet, West said that he was going deaf, D-E-A-T-H, not deaf, but death con 3 on, quote, Jewish people. And that's what essentially got him banned from Instagram and from Twitter. Now, during his recent runway show in Paris Fashion Week, West made headlines for debuting shirts with the phrase White Lives Matter. Now, if you remember, it was also Candace Owens with Kanye at the Fashion Week who made this statement of White Lives Matter. Now, I sent all the Black Lives Matter people and a lot of people who support Black Lives Matter, they went crazy about it because they're saying this was, nonsense. And essentially, he was being a traitor to the cause because obviously Black Lives Matter means that there's a problem with policing, and that was the moniker. Black lives should matter. It's not Black Lives Matter more than anyone else, but Black lives seem to have been under assault with all this police violence. And I think Kanye and Candace were saying that it shouldn't be considered hate speech to say White Lives Matter because that should be true. And them saying White Lives Matter shouldn't be taken as them saying Black lives don't matter. The same way, by saying Black Lives Matter shouldn't be considered saying white lives don't matter. That's essentially what we're talking about. On Friday, West's Instagram account was restricted for violating the company's policies. The rapper also faced disciplinary action from Twitter after he shared anti-Semitic tweets. It's so weird because at this point in time, if Kanye wasn't black and he was white, we would essentially be calling him a white supremacist, right? White Lives Matter t-shirt, he hates black, but Black Lives Matter. And then on top of that, the anti-Semitic tweets, it'd be like, well, my God, this guy, if he was white, I know what we'd be calling him. We'd be calling him a white nationalist, but he's black. So it's kind of like, he's not a white nationalist. And I wonder why he has so much animosity towards Jewish people. That just seems weird. But at the end of the day, I think Kanye has an illness. And I think he has the money and the power and the fame where his illness can manifest itself. And it's hard for people who he's paying to tell him no, to tell him this is too far, to say, hey, that tweet may not be good to go out. It seems like, Kanye has gone as far as he can. I do want to ask you guys this. Do you think this is it for Kanye? Now, he's done a lot of crazy stuff in the past, but now going to the anti-Semitism, having all of these things where he's continuously saying these anti-Semitic things, it seems like he's hammering the death nail to his career. Now, he's worth over $1 billion and he has a great fashion industry, but it seems like he's going to lose his core supporters. Don't forget, the majority of people who are buying his stuff happen to be black. And if you lose that, then his companies, that's going to be an issue. The majority of his supporters who happen to be Jewish, right? That's going to be, and then you're talking about also conservatives who are pro-Israel, pro-Jewish people. They also will be turned off by this. But let me know how you feel. Do you think Kanye will survive this? Do you think this is just another bump in the road? Do you think his comments weren't so bad for what he said? Let me know in the comment section. And my name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'll see you next time. Peace.